You've always denied Milani being your child, which still brings me to the thinking that the DNA was forged because you still came back with the intention of raising Milani after everything. You know the truth yourself.
Wait,
What?
wait.
Wait, what? What?
Wait.
I didn't see this part. What?
So there was a DNA test
So there was a DNA test, clearly.
that I came through.
And it came through and it said, "Yeah, this ain't your baby."
He's dumb. That's all I can say. He's dumb. He's dumb.
Nails. I'm still standing on one leg. It's your baby. It's your baby. Wow, what a Jerry Spring.
He's dumb. He's dumb. I don't know.
What a Jerry Springer. So we've been following the story of Anatii and Bafana. I'm sure many of you have come across it on your timelines. I can swear this is one of the most toxic relationships I've ever come across. Swears that it's probably the most toxic relationship ever.
This story is crazy to me, and it has everything that you can think of. It has physical abuse, it has damage to property, child abuse in it, there's outside parties involved, there's witchcraft involved, there's friends involved, there's family involved, everything that you can think of.
When I side chicks,
Side chicks are involved.
anonymous side chicks that are,
Friends. Hey, there's too much going on.
it's a lot. So we saw some pictures of her basically being beaten up so badly. Saw her pictures, like her before pictures, and you know, she was a banger, like you. Insta baddies, and whoa. Hi. A part of the stories has like her sharing conversations between her and Bafana. So you could see like this is like a whole roller coaster. Like you could see with these people, the communication, like how it is. One moment they'll be like really cordial or like, you know, they'll be like good, you know. And in the next moment, like boom, somebody's exploding. So it's like in most cases, like relationships like that, they always have this spiral, you know, in their conversations. Like they could go from we're really happy, kissing each other, you know, hugging and whatever, to boom, attacking and, you know, being physical with one another and things like that. And you can see that there's this constant back and forth. They'll acknowledge the wrongs, but then it's like this crazy cycle, you know, keep going back to the same thing and doing the same thing all the time.
What you think about this whole thing now, this day and age where people go through abuse for years and then when they get to that boiling point, then they expose
Each other. I think it's not fair. It's not good. I think just leave, bro. The only thing though, I do see that's beneficial about the situation is that if that person is a serial abuser person, that could sort of send hints to another person to not get involved with that person. I mean, I know now to stay away with from so-and-so because he's got this history of abuse and things like that. I think that's the only benefit of it. But like these things are not fair because you are your social media reputation in many cases now. Like your work can be affected, like your career can be affected with things like this if somebody decides to do this. So it's quite risky. It's quite petty sometimes, I do feel, because it's like, well, you were quiet all this time when it was all good and rosy and you were in and out of the relationship, you know? So it's like, well, why don't you leave with the same peace and the same silence, you know, and just stay away from that person?
I think it's wrong because now usually the person who does the exposing
Yeah.
only shows the parts that make her or make him.
That's the
look like the
thing.
victim.
That's the thing. Because you could see from her angle, like she was posting all the stuff that made her seem good until we saw some other shit as well.
Cordial is this outside party. It's a girl who fancies Bafana. And apparently she saw Bafana on one night out and wanted him. But he didn't pay her no mind because he was dating Anatii, and this pissed her off and made her do some.
And like he doesn't want to badge. Like he wasn't giving girls no chance because he was just focused on Anatii. So a few texts from her. She says, "When you leave, I come over, so make it quick. Better hope I don't find any of your belongings." So this girl is like, "I'm taking Bafana. Bafana is mine, whether you like it or not, and I'm gonna show you flames." So she says, not him coming inside me. Guess our kids are siblings now. Oh, wait, I forgot you don't know who the father of your child is. So there was also this whole drama about question of paternity of the child, whether or not Anati's child is Bafana's, and of which Anati is quite sure and quite certain that it is Bafana's kid. And she's like, Gegela, I'll give Bafana his first child. He said you suck at giving head. Better hope I don't find any of your belongings. So this is another threat of witchcraft, because apparently this girl is not afraid to tamper with witchcraft. So that exact same way he knows Milani is his child is the exact same reason he's made means to raise him without me asking him to. Absolutely, I agree with that. Like, I feel like he's just acting up with the whole thing, like, oh, thinking that Milani's not his kid. I feel like he strongly knows deep down that Milani is his kid, and that is why he was raising him. Because I don't think if he strongly had the suspicion or he strongly felt that this ain't his kid, he wasn't going to want to be a part of the kid's life and having the kid around and things like that.
One, he has suspicion that she was sleeping with someone else same time.
Yeah.
She does confirm that.
She confirms that.
That also gives him doubt in his mind.
Yeah.
Two, the child's birth certificate has no father in it.
But who still questions paternity 2022, 2023? Bro, just do a DNA test. It's like he wants to throw that at her whenever they have a fight. That's what makes me feel like it's not that he questions the paternity for real. People who do that and use it like an emotional thing is people that are just being manipulative, not because he's really doubting paternity, but just wants to use it as a manipulation whenever they have a fight, because you want to throw that in the equation every single time that we have a fight. That can easily be sorted out, but I don't think he wants it to be sorted out. Like, think about it though. There are cases where what does one do then? Like, for instance, people who are being promiscuous in a situation or who are having multiple partners. What did that person do? Who do they point at to be the father of the child? Like, I'm not saying that it's right. You should not. I would guess, like, in situations like that, this is when women will sit and do the raffle and be like, okay,
This is why
I choose you because you look like you the better daddy.
This is why also disgusting. When you get to a point where you do not know the paternity of your child.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Journey to getting out of that is going to be long and hard, my boy. But you need to believe that you want out first. And it's going to hurt so bad, my boy. You'll be grieve a person that's alive, but you have to do it for yourself. You know how many times I tell her to stop swearing at Milani and taking out her anger on him. Like, dude, he's a 1-year-old. He can't read the room and see someone's not okay or busy cooking. If he wants attention from you, give it to him. Like, why are you swearing at him and telling him fuck off? And when I say something, she goes and says, you don't live with him. You don't know how much of a hassle he is. So she says, that's some bullshit. She says that's not true. But does that sound made up to you?
I mean, there's a video of her walking right past the child crying.
Yeah, very exactly. You are right about that.
So I think she is capable of doing it.
Because in that video, the child is screaming his lungs out, screaming that she just walks past obese. Even if the docket disappears, it's fine. But at least someone will know what you did to me. And yes, I retaliated and smashed his shit. Let's just talk about that for a second. I don't understand this thing of vandalizing property that women have. I get it that because you can't fight physically, like, that's just asking for the physical. Like, who wants their property vandalized? Think about it. If it was girl on girl and I come and I mess in your stuff, I break your TV, are you not gonna give me the step of my life? Like, because you're gonna be mad. That's your belongings. You work hard for that shit. So how do you expect somebody else? Now he's a man. He's supposed to watch you do that. Like, honestly,
it's just disgusting to do that.
It's disgusting.
Man, like, these niggas work hard for their stuff. Like,
bro,
some of the stuff that she broke, he's probably still paying for in debt, or whatever. And you just come here and you break his stuff.
Now you have to start again.
It's bad. Women need to stop that, because now, what else do you expect him to do?
Some will vandalize cars. Like, do you understand how expensive cars are? And it's like, just because you're mad a person cheated, bruh, leave.
Just leave.
Leave. If it hurts so much, leave. He's the only person that has enabled that toxic behavior. I think some people that she's probably been with and saw signs of that were like, I'm out. And then maybe even with him as well. He's also maybe got some toxic traits. I don't know. He's probably also got the same problem. You understand? When he's with somebody else, other people don't tolerate such things or even a small sign of such things. They're out. So now they've come together, both toxic people, and it's like they start feeling like, oh, this person loves me, you know, they accept me for who I am and whatever, not knowing that that situation is dangerous. He's the only one that entertains the bullshit the way that she would expect it to be entertained. I'm so sorry you've had to go through this continuously. Now you're like a victim because it's happening continuously. How does it get to continuous?
It's because she's the first one who posted it. If it was him who posted it.
Yeah. Then people are going to feel sorry for him and be like, oh, bro, how did you handle this? How did you... And of which that was already the case with his friends because his friends were looking at like that. Like,
Crazy.
bro, like, how are you with this hand? Like, it doesn't make sense. Abuse from her silently just because she's a female. And since my 2 protection orders I've had against her never ever worked just because she's a female and had the police tell me in front of my friends, you must compromise as a man. She's a female. She can't leave your property. I kind of get why the police said that and I kind of don't get, but the police don't understand that they just not helping the situation in situations like that.
I'm thinking what they should do is they're supposed to take it to the police station and then you contact somebody you know, whether it's a family or friend,
Yeah.
ask them to pick you up. That's how it's supposed to go.
Because if you leave the person now, what are you expecting to happen?
And then next thing you hear that they fought until somebody
Died.
then what?
Then you're like,
It's terrible that there's this double standard.
yeah.
Especially here in SA. When it's a girl who is abusive, the man needs to be strong. The man needs to be able to stand that or deal with this in his own way.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine being told to keep a dangerous person in your house. I'm telling you, this person's dangerous. This person's holding a knife at me. They trying to kill me. You telling me, you can't take them out of your property. Where am I she for?
But then as soon as I lay a finger on you, rat.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to jail. That's why niggas tread very carefully now when it comes to female interactions because we know the power they hold. So the law's on their side most of the time.
Yeah.
Even with just verbal, a girl can just verbally say that he abused me, even though
Yeah.
no proof of that. I can get arrested immediately without evidence.
Hey, it's bad. Especially now with the Me Too movement as well. Kobe. There are Me Too cases, but
What's a Me Too case?
like this also happened to me.
And he can say that without evidence.
That's the thing. I don't think that that's okay, but it's hard to have evidence for such things. You've always denied Milani being your child, which still brings me to the thinking that the DNA was forged because you still came back with the intention of raising Milani after everything. You know the truth yourself.
Wait,
What?
Wait.
What? What?
Wait.
I didn't see this part. What?
So there was a DNA test.
So there was a DNA test, clearly.
And it came through.
And it came through and it said, yeah, this ain't your baby.
He's dumb. That's all I can say. He's dumb. He's dumb.
I'm still standing on one leg. It's your baby. It's your baby. Wow, what a Jerry Spring.
He's dumb. He's dumb. I don't know.
What a Jerry Springer. Rule. Hey, I'm bold. I'm bold.
So after getting a DNA test, he's still willingly
Raise the kid.
raised the kid.
Yeah. That's what she's saying. Like, there must have been some fraud on that DNA test.
I don't really understand if he wanted to, like, did he deny the baby
Yeah.
and then get away?
Have nothing to do.
Have nothing to do.
But he wanted her. He was insisting that he wants the paternity of the child to be. Wow, girl, this is a lot, eh? Anyway, so the story gets crazier and crazier, you guys. Like, I would suggest that you go check it out if you are interested in finding out more about it or following it.
So to me, this is probably the most toxic relationship I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know, you guys. And like, guys, let's also think about when things come out like this of you, how much of an eligible are you still going to be for another person? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
people are desperate. Yes.
yeah, people are hungry.
Once the sweating goes away,
Yeah.
someone's gonna pick that up again. But you need to do your research. Uncle Vinny said it best. Do your research.
Your research.
Oh, we messing with?
Yeah.
Check out their past history and stuff.
Mhm.
You know,
And see if you're okay with, if it's something you can be okay with.
because you might just get yourself into an abusive relationship without it.
Yep.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah. And if you've seen any other situation similar to this, or have experienced an abusive relationship yourself, and maybe you can share the dynamics with us.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching.